call this meeting to order. First order of business is to approve the minutes from August 19th, 2019. That was the A&R, I believe.
Yep.
Which you chaired, George. So I think I obviously can't weigh in on that because I wasn't there. But did Emily and George, did you review those and have any comments?
I assume that's a rhetorical question. And I'll make a motion to approve.
I second.
And
okay, any further discussion?
Yes. My best of my recollection, you didn't call the meeting to order, which it says on the top of the minutes. And
okay.
It also, under members present, it has an extra "and" at the end. So otherwise, they look fine.
Okay.
1 second, sorry. Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, good. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
I abstain. Minutes are approved. Okay, so we have a relatively light agenda tonight. We have 2 ZBA recommendations and an A&R to look at. So we'll start off with our first ZBA recommendation, which is the application of Sarah and Alexander Nicol and Louise Perret. Am I pronouncing that right? Perret. Okay. And Sarah, did I pronounce your last name right? Okay.
Nicol, yes, that's correct.
Nicol. Okay, located in the urban residential zoning district for a special permit pursuant to sections 204.4 C19, 208.3, and 208.4 of the zoning ordinance, and to allow the installation of an 8.833 kilowatt dual axis tracker solar PV array at this location. So I believe that because this is in the RA zoning district, it's a special permit by the ZBA, which is why we're just we're granting. You'll come before for a site plan review, I believe. So we're just giving the ZBA recommendation for the planned installation. So would you like to review your project with us, please?
Sure.
Yeah.
So we're Greenfield Solar.
Sure.
And we're starting. Okay.
There's a little bit of a delay happening here,
Sarah,
I'm afraid.
I'm here, so sorry if I
go ahead.
I think you should go.
I think it would be better if we went.
Okay.
So, yeah. So if you look at the first page of the Zoning Board of Appeals, the special permit, it describes, it has an aerial of the house in Greenfield on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just gonna do a screen share thing here.
Okay. Whoa. Yeah. So
further down.
Keep on going down. Okay, so that's our first page right there, that aerial.
Okay.
And the blue square is where the proposed location of the tracker is.
Okay.
Each of the yellow lines indicates the front and side and rear setbacks from the property lines. So we're certainly within any of the setback requirements for the city of Greenfield. We are on, or the house is on town water and sewer, so there's no consideration necessary there. So the other, generally the other aspect that the planning board's interested is the view shed, and from the road and the neighbors, because of the location of the tracker and the house relative to the road, there's basically no view from the road of the array of the tracker due to vegetation, houses, and yeah, basically those two aspects.
So Is it around and back of this
Yes.
garage? I'm just trying to get a
Yes.
sense of this here. So that's the
Yes.
garage we see from the street,
Right.
and it's around and back of there.
Right. So there's
Okay.
one little part where you'd have to stand still at the road, basically like where that car is parked next to the garage.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a location. That's where the tracker approximately would be. Further back though, by another 20 or 30 feet
Okay.
from where that car is parked.
Okay.
And also behind those trees, which are basically that wall is, I would guesstimate like 4.5 feet. And then the trees are, I don't know, 15 feet tall or something. So it's all sort of up on a ledge, and behind that, you wouldn't actually see it from the road.
Okay. Let me just see if I can just do this thing here for a second.
Maybe get Harris out of the way and we can see what he's doing.
And Claire, I'm sorry, could you just I know Sarah, you're the applicant. Claire, do you work with the solar company?
Yes, we are the solar company.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you.
Yes.
My
I believe
Google
Louise
my
just a-
Google Earth isn't advancing. So it's behind these hedges and
Yes.
behind the garage, and then
It's actually a little difficult to see, or these pictures are a little deceiving. So where you just pointed with, I don't know if people can see my pointer, probably not, right? But in the top photo, those hedges that you see are actually running along the side of the property. The hedges it's behind is, if you go down to the bottom photo, there's a whole row of hedges in front of that truck, and they're evergreen, so they're year, they're
I
year
see.
round.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. And again, they're very tall. They reach the second story of the garage building, and so
Okay.
they really hide all visibility of that back area.
Okay. And what about what about the height of this thing? So you're calling out the maximum height of this when it's tilted. Is that 30 degrees? This kind of maximum tilt?
It's more like 55 degrees is the maximum tilt. The picture doesn't show that it's tilted that much.
Well, minimum tilt then, I guess.
but-
30 is the minimum tilt.
Well, actually, minimum tilt is nearly flat.
Tabletop.
Okay. So
It says tabletop at night.
it says, so the height says 16 to 20 feet. I guess that's depending on the angle of the tilt.
That's actually depending on what modules are being used. They're showing the picture of 30 degrees, but there's a maximum height when it's steeper than 30 degrees.
Uh-huh. Okay. So what is the maximum height on the installation you're proposing?
20 feet.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, for the record, could I please have your name, sir?
John Ward.
Oh,
John Ward?
Yeah.
Thank you.
okay. So I believe the maximum height is 15 feet, but we can increase that dimension. The zoning board can increase that dimension if it feels it's not going to be detrimental to the neighborhood.
Right.
Is that your understanding?
Yes, we've had numerous applications to the same effect.
Yep.
Typically, they're concerned about view.
Right.
And in this particular case, there is no obstruction of view or intrusion of view.
Right.
Hi, Louise.
Hi, Claire.
So we're in the middle of the hearing.
Pardon?
We're in the middle of the hearing.
That's what I'm guessing. Yeah, it took me a little bit to get the the app downloaded.
Right.
Hi, Louise. And for the record, who are you here on behalf of?
I'm Sarah's mother and one of the owners of the property.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Does anybody from the board have any Emily or George have any comments or questions here? I'm going to stop sharing if I can figure out how to do it.
Claire, you had said that you've had numerous applications to the same effect of what's being requested right now. How many of those applications have been successful in obtaining approval moving forward?
So all of them have.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know why I read this. I'm just looking for the language that talks about the dimensional exceptions may be allowed by the Special Permit Zoning Board of Appeals. So that's
Yep.
That's sort of the out we get for 20-foot height. George?
Yeah, I'll just say I can attest from standing on the sidewalk this afternoon that you can't see anything back there. I didn't presume to venture up the driveway, but I do think this is well sheltered. I think that this ordinance was made a special permit in an abundance of caution as far as intrusion on neighbors of such a ground-mounted device, but it's clearly part of the master plan of the town to have alternative and sustainable energy. So this seems like a great example of using that. So I would make a motion to forward a positive recommendation.
Thank you.
Is that an official motion, George?
Yes.
Second.
You slid it right in there. Nicely done. And Emily, you seconded?
Yes.
Yeah. So further discussion. I mean, I agree. It's well cited. It's got great orientation. It's tucked in behind. It seems really well positioned. So with that, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Granting a positive recommendation to the ZBA, unanimous. So great. Thank you very much, and good luck with the ZBA.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thank you all very much. Thank you.
I like your declaration, Claire. We are the solar storm.
Yeah.
Yes.
It looks like you're
I
underneath
should
one of
have
your.
known that.
Yeah, it looks like you're underneath one of your installations now.
Yes.
Are you?
Carport.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Advertising.
Advertising. Everything's a marketing opportunity, isn't it?
It's going to be
No bad
for
publicity.
perpetuity online. So good
No
job.
bad publicity.
Okay. Thank you very
everyone.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you and good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Take
Bye-bye.
care.
Good night.
Okay. It doesn't seem like we have an applicant here for the Power Square application, but I will. It seems pretty simple to me. I think we can make our recommendation one way or the other just by looking at the site plan and understanding. Did you both have an opportunity to drive down there and take a look at it, the site?
I again will assume that's a rhetorical question.
Hi, I'm trying to.
Well, no. I mean, I'm serious.
Okay. Yes, I did. I always do.
Good. Thank you. I know you do,
Yeah.
George. It's
But
rhetorical.
he didn't
it's also,
drive. He probably biked.
He probably biked.
I actually did drive. I confess. So.
Okay.
Take
Bye.
care.
Okay, application of Marcia Regari for property located at 29 Power Square in the GC zoning district for a special permit pursuant to sections 205.3 E2, 208.3 of the zoning ordinance in order to allow a 4-foot reduction in the required front yard setback for a new deck at this location.
It's basically taking down the existing porch. It looks like small porch and just extending it.
Let's see here.
You can't see that from the design.
No, but we might be able to see it from.
There you go. Yep. I was
Here.
hoping they're not going to take out that tree, but
No, I don't think they will. So it's this one here on the corner, right?
yep.
And there's an existing porch here you think they're taking down?
Well, it's a little, yes. If you can go to the onto the power court side.
I don't know where my little arrows are.
No, you're out wrong place.
Yeah, power court, right?
Yeah, it's on Power Square, but the side street is Power Court. There you go.
Right.
But you see that
Right.
that little stairway. That's
taking out that
what
little that little nub.
It's going to replace that.
Yeah. Okay. So
Right,
let's
so
look
now
at
they
the,
can like have a grill on it or something instead of
Right.
just walking.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's like so it's an 8-foot by 11-foot deck, stairs up. They're reducing it from the side yards, the front yard setback from 25 to 21 feet. I mean, okay. I mean, this is interesting because this is actually the front of the house is actually faces on Power Square.
Right.
But for some reason they're calling Power Court the front yard setback.
Hmm.
Where it seems to me as though it's a side yard. And
Well,
they could
so the
and they could go-
driveway is on the court. So technically that
Yeah.
makes it the front, even though the front of the house is facing.
Is that right?
Really?
I don't have a legal quotation for that one, so I'm not gonna like stake my.
But the front door is
Interesting.
over here off of Power Square. So corner lots are tricky and every town
Right.
does them differently. I mean, do people mind if we just take a second to try and figure this out? Or do we just want to forward?
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, so
You know what's considered front, what side? Because
Yeah.
it looks like the existing front is quite close to the street. Actually, I mean it's a
Yeah,
it's
tight
like
little
8 feet.
neighborhood. Yeah,
yeah. So
and I'll certainly say I don't have any problem with this, given the tight kind of nature of the neighborhood, and this doesn't seem intrusive or anything like that.
no,
I agree.
it really doesn't. I mean, I'm not at all concerned about it. I'm just wondering why can't they build to 10 feet of the property line? if
It's
they
a good
wanted
question, because Emily says.
So, per Massachusetts General Law, Part 1, Title 20, Chapter 144, Section 2, a front yard is an open, unoccupied space between the front line of the house and the sideline of and the front line of the lot. The side yard is an open, unoccupied space between the sideline of the main part of the house and the sideline of the lot, and shall be deemed an outer court on the lot line. That's a lot to process.
But that's fine for where it gets difficult is when you're on a corner lot.
Right.
And usually what it is, it's the front yard is defined by the address of the house.
Does Charles, I don't have my ordinance right in front of me, but do corner lots have two front footages? Is that right?
Well, the front, so I'm dealing with this in Northampton on a project, and they say that the front yard is defined by the address.
No, but I'm saying I'm recalling something about if you're on, like you say, corner lots are tricky. Does the corner lot have to have two front yard setbacks?
Well, that's the question, right?
Not which one it is, but do both of them have to adhere?
And I don't know,
because I know there's a diagram in there somewhere. I should have it in front of me.
I have the ordinance pulled up here, and it says that the front yard.
What page are you on, Emily?
It's page 17.
Is that the one that has the diagrams, Emily?
It has a diagram, yes.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm sorry, I'm looking at it on my computer, and my webcam's on the phone, so I can't share the screen.
Okay.
So
actually,
I
could turn my camera around.
On a corner lot, they're both considered front yards. Pretty clear on diagram number 3.
Right.
I'll take a point for that one.
Go,
Yeah.
George.
Well, yeah, well, that's good for you.
All right. Well, that was fun to figure out. Thank you.
Well, no, I just think it's good. You see that, George?
Yes, you're screen sharing.
Yeah. Well, no, I was exactly right. No, I'm ordinance sharing. So,
Very good.
given that there's ample room, it's a relatively modest deck. It's squirreled away in there. There's already an element there. I would lobby for a positive recommendation.
Is that an official motion?
I move that we forward a positive recommendation to the ZBA to allow the construction of this deck onto the house.
I will second.
29 Power Square. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Great, thank you. A&R plan endorsement for the Main Street Assessor's Tax Map Lot 56, Lot 2, submitted by the City of Greenfield. So this is, well, I don't seem to have that site plan though. Do either of you have it?
Well, it came from it was in the email Eric sent.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't. For some reason, I usually put everything in the meeting folder, and for some reason,
All I
don't
have is the
it.
A&R plan.
Yeah, that's good. That's all we
Yeah.
need. Do you want to share that on the screen, Emily?
Sure.
That's all we
Thank you.
are doing, right?
Oh wait, here it is. I have it. Never mind. Sorry.
You gonna hold it up for us to see? There you go.
That's right. That's right. I'll just have to get my WebEx thing up here. Where's my little meeting window?
I was talking to Amy
Yes.
yesterday, and she's like, I need a millennial to help me with my computer stuff. Charles, do
Yeah.
you need a millennial?
Well, I pride myself on being able to do this stuff because I learned it when I was young enough that my mind was nimble, but it couldn't hurt. So, I called Eric about this, and I was just questioning, can we, obviously we're not meeting setbacks here in this condition, and apparently, we don't. In the A&R world, the only things we're really concerned with are whether or not it's a legal lot and whether or not it has adequate frontage, and it's accessible from the frontage. So, we don't have to worry about the setbacks here. And I don't know, did either of you browse through that A&R?
I glanced through it. I didn't see something that What's interesting? So, oh, go ahead, Emily.
No, go ahead.
Well, when you're talking about access, you're talking about vehicular access.
No, just the human access, that humans can get to it. There's no parking required down here, so you don't really need vehicular access.
Okay.
So, but what's clear from this is just, and this isn't relevant to what we're discussing here tonight, but the only accessible entrance to the building is here is in the back. There's no accessible route to get to the back of the building unless you're granted an easement across this property, and there's parking provided here somewhere. So it's just going to be an interesting sort of conundrum for whoever purchases that property and tries to develop it.
And for our purposes, does that compromise the A&R?
No, I talked to Eric about it.
Okay.
And he said no.
Well, it's interesting though that you said the setbacks and stuff like that are not relevant to this.
Yeah. The only things that matter are what I was
Are
referring to
the
earlier,
accessible legal, and if it's adequate frontage and accessible?
right? Yeah. See if I thought I put the ADU thing in here.
Well, that would be a question. How do you define accessible?
Well, it does. I don't think it relates to the approving. Okay, 31. I don't want to waste your time here. I thought I could find that quickly, but it doesn't look I'm going to. $31.
Well,
Here it is. No, I don't. No, never mind. I don't want to. We don't have to get into that.
well, looking at number 3 under the second case notes, it says driveway requirement deprived lot shown on plan of vehicular access to the public way. So the lots did not have frontage for the purposes of A&R endorsement.
George, is this in the A&R plan?
Yes,
or
page
okay,
43.
thank you.
It's under the endorsement, determining an endorsement, number 3.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Well, I mean, but there could be access, and vehicular access. It's like think of it as a building downtown. Like a party wall, like where buildings are like all next to each other, and they're sitting
Yep.
right on the sidewalk. You could A&R that piece of property, and you wouldn't be, you could split the building in half or whatever, and assuming the lot had adequate frontage, and there's, you're not worried about vehicular access onto that property. And I think
Okay.
this is the same way. There's zero front yard setback downtown, and zero side yard setbacks. So, I don't think it's an issue here.
And I appreciate you checking ahead of time with Eric. I know there have been instances where Eric's felt pretty certain of something, and upon further reflection, it's not been the case. Like with that, the thing you caught, Charles, about the stem that we had to do the flag lot
Right.
approval. So I just want to not assume that's an absolute, but and I certainly don't see anything related to setbacks in the A&R plan
Right.
descriptions.
Right.
But it's a good catch to ask about that.
Yeah. So I think we're okay. I mean, I know you caught some math last time around, which was good. I'm assuming the numbers all add up here.
I haven't checked that.
Well, an acre is 43,560 feet, so square feet. So 0.5 acres would be roughly 23,000 square feet, and 66.8 would be roughly 1.5. So looks like those numbers look right.
And basically,
no
this is simply separating out what's listed as lot 1 from everything else.
Right.
It's currently all one entity.
Okay. Right. Yep. So I'll entertain a motion from anybody who cares to make one.
Sure, I'll move that we endorse this A&R plan.
Thanks, Emily. Any further discussion?
Nope.
Okay. All in favor of endorsing this plan?
Aye.
Aye.
I will further move
Unanimous.
that we empower the chair to sign on behalf of the board.
Okay,
I'll second
second. Oh,
I don't know. Can I second that? It's a conflict of interest.
I
better-
think
you
it
better-
is. So Emily seconds it.
Okay. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, good. That's done. I'll go in there probably next week and do that after the holiday. Great. Thus concludes our business. Short and sweet.
Beautiful.
This
All
took
right.
twice as long as last time, I'll just say.
Oh, really?
16 minutes, if you look at the minutes. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Excellent. Good.
You mean
All
it
right,
took
well-
half as long, right? 32 minutes.
That's right.
33. Yeah.
All
All right. So we'll see you guys on Wednesday for the joint meeting.
Oh, yeah. Don't we need a motion to adjourn?
Well,
Oh,
but
sorry.
let's clarify. Thank you for mentioning that,
Oh.
Emily. That
Okay,
meeting
well,
is
Oh, yeah. Next
On
meeting.
Wednesday.
Actually, yeah, we have the special the public hearing for both the marijuana couriers and for changing the zoning map out there at the end of Colorado. That's
Right.
like
Oh, it's
another world out there. Have you been out there yet?
not
Yeah.
yet.
It's like the end. It's
So-
like a different world.
So this is for both things.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And all the materials for the Colorado thing we got previously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And then our
So-
first regular meeting will be in 2 weeks, or are we
I
meeting
believe
on the
so.
16th?
I haven't got any materials from Eric yet on that. We can ask him about
Okay.
that at the in the public hearing. What I'm curious about is with the public hearing, is it one? I guess it's two public hearings. We open, we have the hearing, we close it, and then we open up another one. And we're meeting with the EDC, so they're going to be doing the same thing. So it's 4 public hearings.
Exciting.
Yes. All right. Motion to adjourn.
Go
Yes,
for it, Emily.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank
All
you.
in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
All right.
care,
See you
guys.
Wednesday. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.